is up, guys? This is Alexis here with the SpitJam Collective, and here today I've got JC Don. JC, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm on this side of the dirt. It's a beautiful day in Tejas, and we're doing our best.
Yeah, it's probably warmer there than it is here.
It's like 48 degrees right now.
Yeah, it's definitely warmer there than it is here. I think it's cold. We don't even talk about temperature in the north in the wintertime. We just say it's cold or it's warm, and that's it.
I don't envy you. So JC here, if you're not familiar, and if you haven't seen my very, very fun, very annoying, very frequent posts on Facebook about him, he is a radio host in Chicago, Illinois, and was just recently nominated for Best Radio Host, correct?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, so look at you. He's on the Badass Radio Network. Fun stuff. I've been checking them out, and it's worth a listen. They've got some diverse stuff on there. I think y'all should check it out. We'll leave links and stuff. So,
keep getting more stuff on there too. Always something new on there.
We try to keep it new. We also try to keep it fresh. But we're still the SpitJam Collective is still getting their footing, figuring their shit out. You know what I mean?
You got this. Baby steps.
But this is our first interview ever.
Interview. It's a fun word.
I don't like that word. It's too formal. Like, this is our first hangout session. How about that?
I'm with it. We talked about this before, right? It's just two people hanging out, vibing on some music. She's going to show me a bunch of music, right?
I am. So today what we're doing is we're going to shoot the shit with JC. We're going to show him some of DFW's finest. I love these guys. Each one of these artists that submitted have a little special spot in my heart. Some of them I've actually never heard of until the submission, so I get to share some good stuff with you, and hopefully you like it, and hopefully Badass Radio Network likes it.
That's my favorite. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It's my favorite one. It's like stuff I've never heard of, and I'm like, yes, I just got this in my email, dude. Like I'm not gonna name drop at all because it's I'm just not. But like I've gotten some artists that were in my email at one point submitting that are now some of the biggest artists in the world. So it's
right.
You know what I mean? Like it's really fun. It's really fun. So I'm really looking forward to this. Just so you know.
We here at the SpitJam Collective are super big into scratching backs that scratch ours, supporting our local artists, friends, but we also like to show you new stuff. We like to show cool stuff and really just kind of do whatever the hell we want. So that's
represent your scene. That's awesome.
That's the goal here today. And I'm excited. I even have a submission in here from Chicago that I decided to throw in because it was good. So
hey, once in a while, no, I'm just joking. Once in a while, something good comes out of Chicago.
But I want to share a funny little story real quick. I want to share with the world how we met.
How did we meet? Go ahead, tell them.
How did we meet? Fucking TikTok.
TikTok. It's the thing.
A TikTok live. You see that little banner back there? I don't want to go into it.
That's the most wonderfully loved banner on TikTok, you guys. That banner has created so much conversation. We'll just say that. We'll say this banner it's a piece of art.
Doom scrolling one day, and this man here with this Baphomet banner just starts going off on some Christ-loving folk, and I was like, oh, this is quality entertainment.
I don't know that I did that. I was just letting them know real knowledge.
You were nice.
I just give them knowledge, and then when people are forced to think, they get upset. So one thing I've always done is I've always, it's about music with me first and foremost, but I'm always gonna question the status quo. Like I was put on this earth to question what's normal. You know what I mean? Right. And I'm gonna continue to do that, and it's cool, like, I have a voice where I'm able to, like, talk to people like you and meet people like you, and I have a voice that where, like, when I get that chance, I want to use it for good. You know what I mean? So, like, does that make sense?
Oh, yeah, and what sold me was that, like, I'm not going to sit here and bash religion, I'm not getting into it, but what sold me on it was that you weren't hateful about it.
No, I'm not going to tear anybody down. I love everybody. That's the thing. Like, we're all allowed. The great thing is like, especially in the land that we live in, we're both in America. So like, you know, we have that right to be able to believe what we want. And I'm not ever going to judge anybody for believing something different than me. You know what I mean? So I try to reflect that. I try to reflect that in everything I do. Yes, I'm a Satanist. There's no secret behind it. Like, look, it's tattooed on me. You know what I mean? On my face. So yes, that's absolutely who I am. But does that mean I can't love somebody for being something other than that? No. So I'm not going to address it in that manner. I'm going to address it as lovingly as I possibly can. Now, when people get out of line, and you've seen it happen, when people get out of line, then I've got to say things. You know what I mean? And I don't have to be nice. When you go into somebody else's space and you enter somebody else's space, you don't have to be kind when it's your space and people are occupying it unwelcomely. So, you know, I'm not gonna. It's that simple.
No, I don't blame you. But that's pretty much the short of how we met TikTok. The internet both divides us and brings us together sometimes.
Interwebs. And I talk a lot, you guys. It's a thing. I talk a lot. It's a thing.
That's fine. That's fine because I definitely don't. So.
I do. I get paid to do it.
That's true. Okay, mister. Look, if I was getting paid to talk regularly, I'd do pretty good because I'd be... I'm getting paid?
Yeah, but then I can't figure out how to, like, turn it off when I'm not getting paid, and then I'm just super annoying, right?
And then you're
like, when you're not doing it to get paid and you're still talking all the time, then you're just super annoying, right? That's what people tell me I am anyway. They're like, JC, you're super annoying. And I'm like, what?
I wouldn't say annoying. I feel like after having one conversation, I could be like, you do something with entertainment. You do something, you do something.
But you've also been on the phone with me, and how hard is it to hang up? Like yeah, exactly.
We talked for like 20 minutes before we started hitting record, so.
Yeah, see, point taken. And then we probably had to restart at least once since hitting record.
Hey, boy.
These things happen. I mean, hey, such is life, you know? Listen, that's why pre-record exists, okay? Let's just
That's true. Thank God. Oh my God.
I pre-record all of my radio shows for a reason. But I pre-record them live. I pre-record them, but I do it live on TikTok, so I'm still inevitably doing it live.
I didn't know you recorded your shows on TikTok.
Yeah, every Monday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, I record my radio show live on TikTok.
What?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I do shout-outs. So, like, anybody that's being active in my chat, like on TikTok, if you're being active in my chat, like, I shout out your screen name. Miss Beth or any other mods will help take notes, and they'll send me the screen names, and I'll read them all out loud on my radio show. And
I love Beth. I don't know that lady. I only know her from your TikTok, but I love her.
She's the best. Miss Beth is the best. She's been with me since like my first day in radio. She's been she's like my OG follower. Like there's her and there's two Ashleys that have been with me since my very first day. Mm-hmm. Like, I started radio, and my first day going live with the radio was December 31st of 2021.
And you've already gotten a nomination such as Best Radio in Chicago? Radio host?
Yeah. Yeah, I started in radio. I started with a radio station that is to remain nameless. And then I went to a radio station based out of Nashville called the Asylum Radio Network, which I still love and I still support. They're a great, great station. And then, I had the opportunity to take this position closer to home, with the Chicago station with Evan, which is the owner of the station, Evan Thomas. And, he's a really cool dude. And I actually, when I left the Nashville station, I was going to do just a podcast. Like, I'd set it up to work with Spotify. Spotify wasn't clear on everything, so I decided not to do that. There's still one episode on Spotify where I get quite upset with Spotify, actually. And
that's probably why they were like, nah, never mind.
No, well, they didn't tell me that like the people had to have. They told me I had to use all their music, but they didn't tell me that people had to have a subscription to hear more than 30 seconds of a song.
Oh.
So, and this is like an old Spotify before they had like the ads. All the only difference between you can still pick, you used to not be able to pick a song. It used to just shuffle songs, remember?
Right.
Now you can pick a song. You just got to listen to an ad first or whatever to hear that song. You know what I mean?
I pay for Spotify Premium.
Me too.
It's the devil.
Me too.
I don't even want to go into talking about how
no
don't get paid enough. But
neither. That's a whole nother thing. But
yeah.
But Evan kind of, he had just opened the station, and he opened the station in November of 2021. He opened the doors to the station. And so, but it was him that asked me to come back to radio. If it would have been anybody else in the world, I'd have been like, no. Because already in like a year, I'd already been kind of burnt out on it. Just because of, just neither here nor there. But I met Evan at a concert a few years prior to that. And then we were at Chicago Open Air. Do you guys remember that music festival? Like, do you remember the music festival a few years ago? Like, they did a few of them in a row. Yeah, there was a few of them in a row. It was like Chicago Open Air. Rammstein played one year. But I met him at one of those, and we were both media. I was actually part of a different outlet. I just did interviews and went around with a photographer at the time with a radio station called the Hard Rock Radio Network, which doesn't really exist anymore. But I had met Evan through that, and they're like, there was in the media tent, you couldn't get an interview unless there was a table. Like if you had a table, you could get an interview. If you didn't have a table, you weren't able to do an interview. They weren't allowed. Like you couldn't just stand there and do your interview. You know what I mean? So, what happened was there was way less tables than they gave out media passes. We'll just say that. So like Evan was cool enough, and I'd only met him one other time, and Evan was cool enough to be like, hey, check this out. I'm going to let you use this table. Nobody else offered at all. Like I've got an interview. My people are standing there to do the interview, and like they're like, you can't do the interview. They keep telling us you can't do interviews standing here, or else it's going to be complete mayhem in here, And so he shares his table with us for the whole day, man. So like
wow.
When he asked me to join the radio network, I already knew what kind of dude he was. You know what I mean? So and like I was like, absolutely, I'm part of it. So I've been a part of it ever since it opened. I've been a part of the Badass Radio Network since the day one of starting, and I'll be a part of it probably and forever.
I love that. Yeah. That's a true love story. It's a better love story than Twilight, if I'm being honest.
It's music based, The thing I like about it is, and that's one of the things that I love about you. One of my biggest impressions that I got from you is like you do this for music. You don't do this for self-preservation, and that's what I got from Evan. And that's what I get from the station that I'm a part of. So like, yeah, dude, it's about the music.
I love it. I love a love story. And I like Evan. I've talked to Evan a few times, but more into that later.
Uh-oh.
More on that later. Oh, no. No, I'm just kidding. Evan's great. We seem like we were on the same page, which I guess is pretty much
he's a good dude. He's focused, super focused. And he's smart. You know what I mean? Like smart. Like he's building an empire, because like Badass Productions is a lot more than just a radio station. Like Badass Productions,
do a little bit of everything.
Badass Productions. There's artist management. There's booking. Mm-hmm. There's all sorts of things. Yeah, we're like actually on the 28th of this month, which is I think what is that, Tuesday?
Something like that.
Maybe Tuesday of next week.
Yes, Tuesday.
Maybe Tuesday of next week. We have a show coming up here in my town at Jay's Bullet Hole Saloon in Spring Valley, Illinois. Silent Signals is playing there. Somehow we ended up at that show, but it's awesome. But yeah, we're back in booking now too.
look at y'all go.
It happens.
It happens. It just fell in our lap, and we were like,
well, it did.
Hey.
It did. You know, if you're going to be a promoter, do a good job, and don't try to cancel don't try to cancel shows for bands that are on tour. That's not cool. Like, get your shit together before you're going to try to be a promoter, and make sure you can give these bands what they need and the promotion that they need before you try it. That's all I'm going to say about that.
And quit taking merch cuts.
Yeah, about that. Don't do it.
About that. Don't do that.
No, don't do it.
I'll fight. I don't care. There are some things I feel passionately enough about to actually have words with, and that's one of them. Like, that's thievery.
The last thing I'll say before you try to get into some music, because it looks like you're going to be getting into some music soon here.
We are.
The last thing I'll say before it is, like, a buy-on is perfectly acceptable. Okay, you can invest in your business. That's investing into your business. If the buy-on, I'm not saying all buy-ons are good buy-ons.
Right.
What I'm saying is, if the buy-on makes sense for your brand, because your band is more than just a band, it is a brand, okay?
Right.
If the buy-on makes sense for your brand, as in you're going to gain following, friends, things as such, you take it. If you can afford it, if it's not going to break your bank. And when I say if it makes sense, this is what I'm going to talk about, and this is the important part. By making sense, you want it to make sense to where you are going to develop fans. If you develop fans, you are going to sell merchandise. If you sell merchandise, you should be able to at least break even on what that tour cost you.
100%.
See? Buy-ons make sense when they make sense. Not all of them make sense. And another thing that I will suggest as artists do is, your friend is not always the best manager. Hire management, you guys.
I know some guys.
Yeah.
Just let me know.
Hire management. And I'm not saying work with me, but hire management. Hire somebody that knows what they're doing to push you to the next level. Look, everything goes on levels in the music industry. It's tier-based. Right? The music industry is fully tier-based, and if you are going to become part of the industry, you've got to understand the tiers. And if you want to get to the next tier, you've got to invest in your craft to get to that next tier. And if that means hiring management that knows how to get to the next tier, then that's what you do. I'm not saying every band's ready for it, but, you know, most bands that have it are successful. They're working.
I feel like on a more local level today, because that's who we're talking to right now. That's who we're talking about. These guys, they tend to hit this brick wall, and everyone's brick wall is different. But some of them just have a hard time getting decent recordings in. Some of them have a hard time getting out there. Some of them just don't know how to push themselves. Some of them are doing all that, but don't know where to look for management at.
The thing is in music scenes, and it doesn't matter where you're at in the world, okay? That scene wants to help that scene, okay? Mm-hmm. So if that scene's got a guy that does basement budget recording cuts, people are going to go to that person to support their homie, right? So, like, at the end of the day, they sacrifice their own good recording that they could have spent $2,000 on to help their homie. And it's not a bad thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but you got to remember at the end of the day, it's your brand. Like, once your homie gets the right stuff and learns what they're doing, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Motivate your homie to be like, yeah, dude, get it together and we'll record with you. Motivate your homie. You know what I mean? Like,
we all need a personal cheerleader, but I feel like we also need somebody that's going to be real with us, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's what fans are, your personal trainer, though. That's what they're for, you know? Like, you need somebody in the background that's going, all right, back to reality once you come off the stage, guys.
That sounded like ass.
Yeah, like, look, we work in metal. We never can sound like ass, okay? You're never going to notice the fuck up. Only we do.
I do sound like
so most of us are also musicians. All right, yeah. You are one as well. Most of us are also musicians. So but in the audience, that's not always true, right? Like, most of the stuff is things that our fans can't do. That's why we listen to bands like Periphery, right? That's why Dream Theater is such a big popular band, because it's like why Rush was such a big popular band, because it wasn't Tool, another one, because it's not music the average musician can write or play. So like we as musicians look for like that craziness, and we notice those errors because we're sitting there. I don't know about you, but I can't enjoy music like a normal. I can't enjoy music like a normal music fan because I'm a musician. I'm counting everything. You know what I mean? I'm breaking it apart. I find the melody. I separate the melody from the bass line, from the, so like, it's a thing.
No, I feel it. I get the same way, but I feel like normally when I go to shows, I can tell, you can tell when something just sounds like off, but also I tend to look at like what they look like. If they look weird on stage, it's going to be visible. But I'm also a photographer, and I've been doing this a long time. I'm huge on visuals. Yeah, I want the sound to sound good, but
if you look awkward, everybody's going to feel awkward that's watching you, right?
Exactly. Like, I remember people that put on good shows.
Mm-hmm.
Like, obviously.
At the end of the day, a metal shows more energy than it is sound.
Exactly. I've been to some shows that did not sound great, but they were good shows. So,
look, if I come out ready to throw down, the crowd's 9 times out of 10 gonna throw down with me. If I'm throwing down 9 times out of 10, the crowd's gonna throw down with me, right? If I come out there scared, the crowd's gonna look at me and tear me alive because I look like I want them to tear me alive, right? They do what they're asking. It's all about,
crowd control.
And I've gone out there as a performer. When I was performing, I've gone out there and I've been extremely vulnerable, and I've gone out there in extremely weak moments, where like I had no choice. This is a weak moment, but I'm scheduled to perform. What do I do?
Right.
The show must go on.
Entertain.
Right?
You entertain. That's what you do, because
it's look. You said it, right? You said it. Like, and the messed up part about it is it's not what I do, it's who I am, right? Yeah. As many times as I've tried to leave the entertainment industry, it never works. Like,
but not same.
I've tried to leave the entertainment industry, and I just end up wearing a different hat.
It's a good way of putting it, actually. I mean, yeah.
Like I can't. I'm a creative mind. I can't work in a factory. Like, I don't want to listen to your rules. Like, I just don't. It's not me,
My big thing is I want to do what I want when I want.
Mm-hmm.
So if I want to wake up and photograph a concert one weekend and then edit that all week and then do
Dirty Heads. Dirty Heads isn't a metal band, but they said it the best. I'm on vacation every single day because I love my occupation.
Exactly.
Period.
Exactly.
Like, and don't wake up with that song as your alarm clock unless you're ready to change your life. I'm just telling you right now. Because oh man, just saying, just don't.
Well, hopefully our friends in DFW. So we've got some submissions from North Central Texas, which is DFW. We've got some from Oklahoma. We got one from where you are in Chicago.
DFW, does that stand for Dallas Fort Worth?
Dallas Fort Worth, brother.
I gotta ask because I'm not from Texas, so I gotta ask. DFW. I don't want to get it wrong. I know you guys got a lot. You guys love Texas. You Texans love Texas. So
I don't think we'll admit it, but yeah.
You love Texas. You love Texas. It's a thing. You guys love Texas.
I'm from here. Okay, it's home.
It's okay. Like it or not. It's okay. You guys love it. It's okay. It's okay. I love that you love Texas.
Don't talk down to me.
No, I love it.
If I could be anywhere, I think I'd rather be up north. like Minnesota.
No, I think if I could be anywhere, I'd rather be back in Hawaii.
See, I've never been to Hawaii, so I don't know about Hawaii, but...
Yeah. Move me back to Hawaii. Anybody in Hawaii needs a roommate, let me know. I'll buy my plane ticket tomorrow. I mean, I'm sure I could find one, but, you know. Are we listening to music now?
Yes, we are, but I am opening...
You look excited, that's why I'm wondering.
I am. This has been... I told my guys, when I say my guys, I mean my co-founder and
the crew.
My contributors. The crew. We're going to name drop. We got Michael Ford, who is my co-founder, and then we have our little babies, Brantley Kirksey and Jarrett Henniger, and they have been the best group of guys, and we're super big into family, and we just hug it out all the time. I'm just kidding. We've never been in a room all together at once, so we just kind of like... Michael and I actually started as internet friends. When we started this, we had never met. Ever.
That's fun how that works. Like, I might see Evan twice a year.
Yeah. But the first time I met him, I drove like an hour and 15 minutes to his house to borrow some lights. And that was a few months ago.
The first time I'll see Evan since May was my birthday party, and it'll be on the 28th that I see him again.
Wow.
Yep.
Still a better love story than Twilight.
But
anything's a better love story than Twilight.
I have another. I donate. I throw a big birthday party every year, and I usually have like 4 to 6 bands play. I say bands, but I don't just do bands. I do all sorts of artists. Last year I did like acoustic artist, a hip hop artist, 2 metal bands, and a punk band, I think. But
sounds pretty diverse.
So I donate it to charity every year.
Nice.
This year I'm donating it to what's called the Perfectly Flawed Foundation.
What do they do?
They combat addiction in my area. They're a true organization that is truly combating addiction and helping people that really truly need help, you know. And I'm a firm believer in helping those that need help and not judging them.
Right.
Not locking them away, that kind of thing. So I'll stand by it. I'm not afraid to speak on my beliefs, which you know. So
no, I totally get that. That's something I can get on board with.
So
I can have a whole conversation about a lot of things being touched on right now.
But that's where my birthday party's going. That's where we're donating it to.
I love that. That's good. Like I said, we are super into doing the same thing or a similar thing. We're super into giving back where we can and doing our thing. Like when I approached Michael with this idea of, starting our own publication, at first he was like, "No, I'm too busy." And I was like, "Michael, come on. Michael, come on. Let's do our own thing. What is stopping you from doing what you want?" And finally he was like, "Okay." That's what I was
kind of getting on to before. Like we have a voice that people pay attention to. We have followings. We have networks of people. Like, so with that, like my community played a big role in me getting the voice that I have. My community, I definitely admit that I've had the support of, and by my community, I'm talking about locally and internet, right? So like,
right.
I try to give back to that community as much as I can, my local community. Like when I was younger, I might not have been the best. So like I try to be better, as long as we're
than you were yesterday.
Exactly. That's what I was just going to say. You read my mind, I'm not perfect, but I'm better than I was yesterday, and I'll just try to do better to be better tomorrow. So, give back.
That's what matters. Give back.
Give back.
Don't look back.
Give back. Give back. Somebody maybe where you may have been where somebody once was, and you can help them not have to be there. One of my biggest pet peeves is you're quite a bit younger than me, right? You know this. One of my biggest pet peeves is when I hear somebody from my generation say to somebody in your generation, for example, "Well, I had to, so you should have to."
That's so dumb.
Shouldn't it be the exact opposite? Well, I had to, so I shouldn't want you to have to go through that. Isn't that how it should sound? I mean, doesn't that sound rational and make sense? But no. But I had to, so you should too. Or we could just end the cycle of toxicity, but whatever, keep going, do you?
Pop off. No, I totally get that. I grew up in a place that was very much like that. A very boomer-ish mentality, if that makes sense. And not to mention, it was a very southern small Baptist town with a population of like 1,400 people.
And I don't think it matters where you are or what kind. I think it's just people are designed to have their own thoughts about other people. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter where you're at. Like, you could be, like, whether you live in a town that's largely this way or largely that way. You could be in Salem, Massachusetts, for example, and look like you and I, and people are still going to be largely judgy about us. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just human nature, and I think, like, once you get to a certain point, you start to become tolerant and more understanding of that, you know, as don't read the comments is a very true thing. Let's just say it like that.
Yeah, that's facts, and I'm still
people are gonna people. People are gonna people no matter what type of people they are. Right? They're gonna people.
People, so why should it be?
But I love people are gonna people, and people. I have a new question, and I've been asking people. This one is, can you name one good thing people have done for this planet? I'm not talking about that people have done for people. One good thing people have done for the planet. And that's not something, I mean, it can't be something that we caused that we now have to fix.
I feel like we're just parasites, so I don't know.
You're going to spend a lot of time on this one because I've been thinking about it for weeks and I haven't been able to come up with one yet, so.
I love Cattle Decapitation's thought on us and the planet. The fact that we're all parasites, just bleeding dry.
I mean, it's not far off. It's not far-fetched.
No, it's not. I love it. But speaking of Cattle Decap, let's get into some good stuff, huh?
All right.
So we had so many submissions. We had so many. They're not in any particular order. They're actually alphabetized. So there's a bunch of different stuff. There's some there's a couple indie songs in here. There's some metalcore. There's some deathcore. There's, I think, a death metal
all
song
the cores. All the cores are in there.
All the cores. We've got a little bit of everything. So let's start this off. Okay, so the first band we're gonna listen to, they're called Bad Lives. They're an indie alternative rock trio from Dallas. They're bouncy as fuck. I like it.
Bouncy? I like bouncy.
They're bouncy.
I like bouncy.
They're probably one of the more different submissions we have.
What did you say? Indie rock trio?
Yeah, it's a trio from Dallas.
Okay.
But they're fun. Let me get us going. So this song is called Talk Too Loud, and I enjoy it. Hopefully you enjoy it. I love it. Let's get it.
Both
emo's back.
Honestly,
And you rush me.
I'm not mad.
Like a forceful brigade advancing up higher. You would think we're perfect, but we're not. 'Cause you talk too loud. You just too much. Yeah, you make me feel a different way than I ever thought I would. When you shut your mouth, settle down for once. 'Cause you make me feel a different way than I ever thought I could.
this was my signature move for this
When
song.
you think back to the old days, all our old ways were shot, heavy-handed with the mischief. Couldn't miss it if we tried. You're a lost cause, and my feet hurt. We're defeated. Because you talk too loud, 'cause it is too much. Yeah, you make me feel a different way than I ever thought I would. Would you shut your mouth, settle down for once? 'Cause you make me feel a different way than I ever thought I could.
All right.
I like it. I like it a lot.
That was one of the not
You-
heavier songs we had.
You were not lying when you said it was bouncy.
Yeah,
It's
so
definitely bouncy.
when I went through all our submissions, I gathered my thoughts and was like, I'm bouncing. Okay, it's bouncy, right? Got it.
I like bouncy.
So I liked it.
It
I've
definitely-
never seen them.
You should make it a point to.
I should. I looked into them. This was the first time I had heard of them. I would see them.
They definitely grabbed my attention. Like it's definitely, like you said, it's bouncy.
Right.
It's something that I could take somebody out on a date to and dance to at the same time. And have a
Exactly.
good time. Like
Exactly.
you know what I mean? Like I'm still like rock vibing, but like I can still like take my partner out and dance if I want to, right?
Exactly. I love it.
And I really dig that kind of vibe. And I dig that like emo and nu metal are both like breaking their way back into like mainstream music, and I'm loving it.
Right.
Because I'm that age. You know what I mean? Like I'm that age. So like I'm loving seeing the return of these genres. It's not hurting my feelings. So what was the name of that band one more time?
So those guys were Bad Lives, and that was their song "Talk Too Loud."
Bad Lives. I'm probably
Bad
going to be
Lives.
playing that on the station. That one's definitely
will
coming over. That one's
send you
definitely
whatever you
coming over. And probably as early as Tuesday, I'll be playing it on the Dawn Infinite show because I loved it.
Dawn Infinite. We didn't even talk about that, but
No.
you've got a little TV show coming out called Dawn.
This is the whole radio show that's called Dawn Infinite as well.
Right.
So the radio show is called Dawn Infinite. That airs at 11:30 a.m. Central Standard Time every Tuesday on the Badass Radio Network. If you find me on the socials, you can find it because the link is in all the link trees in my bios. Or you can go to badassproductions1.com and find everything, right?
I'll leave links to everything.
But anyway, I have Dawn Infinite, which is my show. But what she was talking about is I'm coming out with Dawn Infinite TV, which is going to be very similar to what we're doing. Very similar to what we've got going on here, but a little different, but similar. Similar but different. You'll see. You'll see those things. But what was I saying before that? I forgot.
You were gonna steal Bad Lives from me.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna put them on the station. Yeah, on the radio station, and they're gonna be on the radio station full time. So what I do is I put like you guys do, right? Like you'll play the song, I'll play the song, and then they'll be on our constant rotation after they're on my show. Like it's not like they're gonna be like so like Slipknot could play and then Bad Lives will play. It's not gonna be like it's gonna be on a locals only kind of show. Like not that there's anything wrong with a locals only kind of show. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like. You
can only be locals only for so long, though. I feel.
Yeah, I want them to be on the same rotation as the other artists. That's just, you know what I mean? Like we ain't special. In fact, those other artists don't need the radio's help. The small artists do, and that's why I want to help. So.
Exactly, that's what we're here for. That's what TSJC does. JC and JC.
That's why I love it.
Well, hopefully you love these next guys. These next guys are called Bringer of Light.
Bringer of Light?
Bringer of Light.
Sounds sounds like somebody I've heard of.
Maybe. They are a Texas-based deathcore-ish project or American industrial deathcore.
Somewhere in between those two guys.
The song they sent us today is called 117. And it's the first song of a concept EP with 4 tracks on it. And this track specifically dives into the lore of the Halo Master Chief franchise.
I don't play many games, so I'm trying to start though. So if you want to be my friend, we can figure it out. Find my link tree.
It's fun.
We'll play games.
It's a different type of EP, I think. So this EP is 4 songs long, and the other songs dig into themes like The Sopranos and Dexter.
I dig it.
So it's different.
Dig it. No,
it's
I dig
fun.
it. I dig it.
So this is Bringer of Light and their song 117.
Well, I understand the struggle with the genre labeling at the beginning.
So that was actually self-described. They did that, and I agree.
I will say that it's definitely those things, but it's more than that, and not in a bad way. It's
Right.
more than that, but not in a bad way. I'm not going to get into what kind of genres it could be, but like as soon as you got an element of one slapped in your face, you got another one thrown in your face, because there was definitely black metal elements to the vocals.
Right.
Yeah. And which is weird because it's like straight Texas black metal vocals, and that's not something I'm familiar with. So like, because it definitely had like, there's definitely the elements where you can tell it's Texas metal in there too, right? Like there's definitely that, and Texas has its own sound. You guys definitely have your own sound, and like regionally, that's right. Like you guys definitely have your own sounds. So like, yeah, it's definitely, it's like I said, I kept like, as soon as I had like one thing where I was like, okay, it's that. I was getting hit by another sound, and I was like, and I'm an audio producer as well, in case you guys didn't know. So like, I'm just listening to the layers of the recording as well, and I'm like, because it started out death metal, deathcore, then it hit like black metal, like, because his vocals are total black metal vocals. I mean, there's no way around that. I mean, there's death and deathcore in there when he's doing the lows, but all of his main vocal points are black metal vocals for sure. And it's really good. The mathematics and the drums, that's always gets me with these extreme metal genres. I love it. It. But what was the name of that one too?
They were called Bringer of Light, and the song was called 117.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. If you notice at the beginning, I was like 117.
For half a second, I thought you were telling me to turn it up, and I was like, "Well, you just say."
No, I was like 117. That's what I was doing.
It makes me wish I knew more about the Halo franchise. Honestly,
no,
I want to know what he's talking about.
I'm not a gamer, but it's musically the song is like, and it's like it gets you from, I think it's got like a Halo style kind of intro with the guitar, and I think that's like really, but
I feel that. I could feel that.
Love it.
I'd get down with it. That Bringer of Light was another one I had not heard of until here, so we're really just bringing people together here.
Let me know what they sound like when you see them live too, because I'm interested.
Absolutely,
because it's so much going on. I want to know how it sounds live. Let me know.
I would be interested to see how they,
and not so much going on in a bad way. I'm not saying that in a bad way. I don't mean that at all. A lot going on in a good way.
They layered it well, and I would like to see that live.
The recording is really good too. Good job on the recording, guys.
Woo!
Good job taking your brand seriously. I love you for that.
So this next group is actually from Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
They are an alternative metal band, and they recently had 2 singles produced by Justin Ofdemkamp. I probably butchered that. I'm so sorry. From Miss May I. They have a music video out for the one that I'm about to play now, but they are called Bullet to the Heart, and the song is called Black Widow, and this video is hilarious in a good way. I loved it. It was so good. Control.
locked and you start to sway. Whisper in your ear, you will not see another day. My hands on my Glock and I'm getting ready for you to say. But you start to run, thought you had fun, I'm not afraid. Get another round, pray for your life as it starts to fade. Not another soul will feel the soul you've overstayed. Hit the door on the floor, now you have made all the angels are saved. I am the reaper from within. You won't get a second chance. Every action with consequence. It's time for your sentence. I am the reaper from within. You won't get a second chance. Every action with consequence. It's time for your sentence. I am the reaper from within. You won't get a second chance. Every action with consequence. It's time for your sentence.
Whew. I got sweaty for that one.
I may be biased.
Oh, why is that?
I may be biased. I love them.
No, me
I
too.
love
They
them.
were.
I'm
They're
I'm
awesome.
from Chicago. They're homies. They know me. I know them. They're friends of the radio station, so I'm definitely biased when it comes to that band. Excellent band. Very great performers live. I've heard the track prior to this.
Oh.
Obviously,
I
them
hope
being knowing who they are. And I absolutely I love them. One of the hardest working bands in the Chicago scene, for real. So props to them. And love them.
I loved the video for that song. After I listened to it, I went and saw the video, and it spoke to me as a woman.
There's like a husband and wife duo in there too. Like,
I love that.
yeah, the vocalist and one of the other members, obviously. But
I love that.
yeah,
What
yeah,
about that
and
story?
I love that band. Can't say enough good. Like, there's not anything bad I could say about that band. They're amazing. There's so much good that I could say, but like, for real, love them.
Well, I hope you feel that way about these next guys, because I love these next
Are we
guys.
going back to DFW now?
We are going back to DFW. That was the only
Okay.
one we got from Chicago.
Back to
Sadly.
DFW. That's what we call it. We call it DFW. You guys are hardcore about your.
Back to here.
You guys are you guys territorial down there? Is that it?
I don't think so.
I'm just
know.
joking.
Everyone's different. But these guys I've known for a while.
Okay.
They're called Cutthroat
Oh.
Conspiracy.
A while.
A while. Just kidding.
She must
I've
like
seen
you
them.
guys. You got the whole.
I've seen these guys a few times. They've been around a little bit.
Cutthroat Conspiracy, is that what you said?
Cutthroat Conspiracy.
All right.
So
I
they
like-
are a
I like all of those things.
melodic metalcore powerhouse, hailing from, of course, the Lone Star State. They've opened up for some pretty big names like Miss May I, Killswitch Engage, Memphis Mayfire,
I like all those bands.
Yeah. So
Hey, while we're talking Texan bands, right?
Right, I mean,
Yeah. Love them dudes.
But they released a debut album called The Trials of Self in spring of 2021. And they have a music video for the title track, which I'm about to play right now. And it's called The Trials of Self. So, let's do it. Go. So that was our very own Cutthroat Conspiracy with Trials of Self. How you feeling?
I like it. I like it a lot.
Like it?
I like it a lot.
I had a hard time picking which song I was going to play today, but that one I figured made sense because it was the title of their debut album. Yeah. So that's the one we got. And I love it.
I'm in the middle of somebody decided they decided it was okay to call and things like that in the middle of while I'm doing this with you. And apparently my do not disturb feature is also not on my phone.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah.
Mine did that too earlier.
Well, it is, but it's not. Like, it's not working.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah. So.
Don't you just hate when technology doesn't do its job?
I want to apologize to anybody currently about my having, especially the band that we just listened to, because that was not okay that I had to get up and do things. I really, really enjoyed that band. That's my cup of tea in metal. That's my lane. That's what I love. That's what I perform. That's the kind of style I write in. I absolutely loved that. And it made me feel bad that I had to get up because I do. Very reminiscent of bands like Killswitch Engage. You mentioned Miss May I in there too. Like you'd mentioned that already. It's kind of already in that vein of like bands like For Today. That's my sweet spot. That's my sweet spot.
Add Cutthroat Conspiracy to that.
Yeah.
A little pot of gumbo right there for you.
Yeah. Add them into the make sure you send that to me. I don't want these other extreme metal bands not thinking I don't enjoy them. I just don't do much of the extreme metal stuff on my things. But there's, soon to be surprises. We'll talk about that later.
Of course.
Or do you want to talk about it right now? Oh, we got time.
We'll wait a few more because we're just getting cracking. We've got a few more in here. This next group is another one that I had not heard of before their submission, and I'm glad everybody submitted. Everybody that submitted, thank you again from the bottom of our hearts, because I did cry a little bit. I was doing this, like my hand flapping, whatever. This was probably like the most support TSJC has ever gotten, like all at once. Like people were ready to do something, you know what I mean? And we were super excited to get the response that we got. The next group is a quintet of rather eclectic and diverse musicians from North Texas, DFW. North Texas and DFW are the same thing, just so we know.
Okay.
They can be described as a blend of alternative rock with a sprinkle of prog and post-hardcore.
I like it.
They are called Her Name is Karma, and this is their song, Down.
Was not expecting that. That vibrato. I don't know. I don't know what I expected there, but that's not what I expected based on your description.
Did the same thing.
Based on your description, but I really thoroughly enjoyed that. And again, I want to commend a band on taking their fucking recording seriously, because damn, was that engineered well.
It really was. That one's
like,
me
damn,
for some reason.
the production quality on that track was fucking awesome. Great job, band. Whoever you worked with on that recording, continue to work with them.
Yes, I that was one I had not heard of, and so I didn't really look. With all of these, I do these a lot, kind of like I do like my written reviews and stuff.
I understand.
I don't dig. I'll just listen to it. I'll write my thoughts, and I'll fucking do my dance or whatever. And like my reviews are like live, like that. You're getting like I might as well do reaction videos, quite honestly. But that was one of those that I was like.
I don't usually react or like review music too often. Once in a while, like if you go to like my TikTok or something or watch my reels, I'll say something like when Metallica came out with their new one or whatever, I said some things about it. Once in a while, I'll say some things, but like all in all, no, I usually don't. So this is like really fun. Like I'm really having fun with this because like I'm giving you honest feedback as well. Like I've not heard anything bad yet either. So like that's what's cool. Like these bands are really like bands. There's a lot of bands out there, but bands are really putting forth effort and like really putting forth effort to separate themselves from other bands. Each band's had an individual sound that we've heard so far today, and like that's one thing. I told you that I'm worried about that before we came on. Remember, I told you that's one of the things that I worry about because a lot of scenes the bands end up starting to sound really similar. And not one band that we've heard so far has sounded really anything like the one prior to it or after it. So I'm really excited about that. Like it really shows that bands are putting effort again to separate themselves, and that's really cool.
I love seeing it. I like watching people do their own thing and be good at doing their own thing. So
it's been a while though. For a while there, it's been like, let's sound just like that person, and it was almost popular and the trend to do that. And I think that people are starting to see that and they're starting to notice like, and they're like, no, you know what I mean? And people are actually speaking up for like what they want and what they, their choices in music and in all forms of entertainment, like, and what we're doing just goes to show that it shows that people are fed up with the FM radio stations, that people are fed up with getting their information handed to them from celebrities that they'll never be able to relate to. You know what I mean? Exactly. You and I are real people. So we're accessible real people. If you want to come hang out with me 9 times out of 10, there's a night of the week where I'm going to post where I'll be. You can come hang out with me. It's accessible. There's not going to be no VIP rope you got to come to try to talk to me. If you want to come give me a hug, come give me a hug. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh yeah. So that again was Her Name is Karma, and I will be sure to let you know how they are live because they're on my list.
They were really good.
Really
good. They caught me off guard. Not what I was expecting, but I'm glad that it's what I got.
Their vocalist name
I don't know what I was expecting, but
Taylor. Vocalist name is Taylor. I know that much, I believe. And she's great. They're all
modern Janice vibes.
I would take that. If I was a vocalist, I would take that.
Modern Janice vibes. Well, she's got a rasp to her voice that was really rad and a vibrato that was super cool. Like I've never heard a vibrato quite like that. Rad, great job, awesome recording. Keep working with that engineer, whoever it was.
Yes. Her name is Karma. Karma it is. This next person, it's a solo artist.
I like solo artists.
Oh yeah, me too.
Like all the artists.
He's a pop punk solo artist from a little more northeast DFW, but DFW nonetheless. His name is Jarrett Adlof, and this is their song "Love in Texas." Love in Texas.
why does music make me feel like I'm 15 again?
I know.
Like, new music's making me feel... Well, see, I was around for the first era of pop punk. Like, the first wave of pop punk, I was around for. Like, when Blink-182 started to get popular, like, I can remember. Like, I was old enough to remember. Like, when Good Charlotte and all those bands were a thing, I was well into my teens. You know what I mean? So, like, it's crazy because the new music that's coming out is very reminiscent of the music from when I was a teenager, some long time ago.
Your age is showing. Just your age is showing.
I'm good with that. I'm still pretty for my age.
Look, okay, all right, Stan, we get it. Okay, I love South Park. I will quote South Park. I'm surprised I haven't done it already. So that was Jarrett Adlof. He's a solo artist.
I dig it. Anytime I can feel 14 when I listen to something, if I felt 14 when listening to it, that means you're doing it right. Like I said, I was around for the first wave. I was around for the first wave 20-something years ago of pop punk. So, like, it made me feel like that. So you're doing it right. Like, completely right. Like, yeah, you know?
I haven't seen Jarrett Adlof live. Not for lack of wanting to, just schedule, whatever. But I believe they have some shows coming up soon in March. So if you're out there and you want to check that out, please do.
Love it.
Because
what else you got?
That was good. What else we have? Next, another group I have seen on the internet but had not checked out yet. They're a 3-piece rock band.
Straightforward rock music.
Yes. From Dallas, and they are called Perceived, and they sent us their song Darkening. So let's check this out.
I already love it.
I knew it.
How do I hope to find
Still love it.
my reason to stand, knowing there's not enough time? The lines in the sand, I'm falling apart, I'm losing my way. I can't end this misery. Forced in the dark, I'm hiding away, trapped in the pouring rain.
If this band doesn't have representation, I'd love to.
I need to change somewhere. I'm gone astray. For now, I'm mentally drained from my memory.
what was that band's name?
So they were called Perceived.
Perceived, spelled exactly like it is?
Yes.
Hold on. Perceived. And where are they from?
They're from Dallas.
From Dallas. Okay. All right. I
take it that's good.
I'm sending information forward. Because there's not, once in a while, there's a band that comes along that makes you go, holy fuck. Okay?
Oh.
That was a band that just made me go, holy fuck. Okay? I'm gonna critique, and I'm gonna critique harshly for a moment because the recording could have been a lot better. I'm gonna critique harshly. But with the right. And I'm not saying I would love to represent that band. I'm being honest. I would love to represent that band from a management perspective. That's my honest thoughts. My saying is even if they weren't to choose to go with me with any kind of that direction, but that's a band on par to be up there with like great level bands, with Chevelle, with bands like Tool, with bands like, and I'm not just saying that lightly, with bands that are currently making huge waves like Sleep Token. Like I could see them and a Sleep Token on a tour together as a tour, and that tour doing amazing. So like I want to say, the recordings, focus on your recordings. It's not terrible. It's not terrible. But if you guys end up seeing this, focus on your recordings a little bit. Send them to me. I'll mix and master them for free, for nothing. Send what you have recorded. I'll remix and remaster it for free, no charge. If you like it, you can keep it. But I just think that band is one of those bands where I'm like, holy fuck. And like, I've already sent information forward to people about them that's why I asked. I'm not to remain nameless, but hang on. I said, right? It didn't work. But hold on. I said, hold tight for incoming band name. Need to pay attention and link these guys with appropriate people. Like for real, that good. I even used the word Sleep Token good when I referred to them, and I said perceived from Dallas. That was my exact. Yeah. But that good. Like that good. Like I'm like holy fuck. Like holy fuck. I expected to come in to hear good music, but I wasn't I'm never expecting what just happened. Okay? I'm never expecting what just happened. Like that was like one of those moments where I'm like I'm a musician, and we talked about this. Remember, we said musicians look for musicians, listen to music that they can't do themselves, right?
Right.
Like that's musicians' music. Like that's like holy fuck. That's all I can say, dude. Like that's the only descriptive words I can get out of my mouth are holy fuck. So like, I love that. Me too. I wasn't expecting. I didn't expect this to come from you either. So like, I wasn't expecting to be like that. Like I was expecting to be like, yeah, cool, send that over to the radio. You know what I mean? But I wasn't expecting to be like, fuck, I want to work with this band in some form capacity of some kind. You know what I mean? Like, wasn't expecting that. Was not expecting that. I'll take it though. Thank you. I love that. And either way, even if I don't end up working with them, thank you for introducing me to the music because holy fuck. I love it. That was a nice little surprise. Perceived from Dallas. Wow. Thank you for that. Thank you, Perceived from Dallas. You'll be hearing from me.
You need to clean yourself up real quick.
You'll be hearing from me, Perceived from Dallas. What else you got for me?
Oh my gosh, this next one. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 more, including the one I'm about to play. So we got 4 more, including this one. This is a 4-piece metal band from Dallas. This song is called Doubt by Saints Can Lie. and it features David Escamilla.
It's like reminiscent of like early Motionless in White, Ice Nine Kills, stuff like that. Like that's that kind of vibe. Like, you know, and I dig it. I dig it. I really do. They always sound so young. Like the vocalist always sounds so young to me when they sing in that voice. And it's not always true. They're not always young. It just kind of reminds me of that because it's like that blend of like the emo boy with the metal voice, and you know, like I dig it. Yep. I definitely like it.
So those guys in Saints Can Lie, they have been the most excited, I think, for this, for us. They are good friends of my co-founder, and I think he actually just filmed a music video for them.
I really like that. Like as I said, like Motionless in White is my favorite band in that genre. Period. So like, and so if I use a comparison to say something to like one of my favorite band in metal is Motionless in White. I don't care what genre of metal we're talking, metalcore, metal, whatever. It's Motionless in White, right? Like that's just what it is right now. It has been for like the last 2 years ish, 3 years ish. I've just loved that band.
Wow.
So
look at that.
So making that comparison's a good one. I promise. I promise. Like that.
I enjoy it. They're one that I haven't seen. I've heard them obviously because my co-founder is like good friends with them, and I believe some of those guys are in another band that we're also good friends with. So we've kind of crossed paths a few times, but I haven't actually heard anything of theirs until the submission. So
I really dig it.
All in all, I enjoy it.
It's good. The vocalists always sound so young when they sing in that style to me. Like, right. You've heard me do it, like, because I am also a vocalist, guys, for those of you that didn't know. You've heard me do it, like, when I'm on TikTok or whatever singing, and it always makes me feel like, because, like, I'm like, why does, no matter how when I sing in this style of voice, do I feel like I sound like a teenager, you know? It's just that sound.
You gotta sound angsty and like you're mad at the world, you
It's that sound. It's just that vibe, yeah. It's like what it is. It's that whole emo boy thing.
I totally get it.
The whole emo boy thing, like I said. Ooh, I keep yawning. I've been up since 4:30 this morning, you guys. And it's now, I don't even know what time it is. It is now 3:30 in the afternoon.
I've been sipping on coffee since like 9 a.m.
It is now 3:30. It is after my nap time, you guys. I will assure you that.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Well, on the plus side, we only have 3 more. And then announcement time.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
All right, let's do this.
Only 3 more.
Let's do this.
This next group is one of my favorites. And not because I'm friends with these guys. I love this next group, like, personally. They're great musicians. They're great dudes.
I love them personally.
I love them personally. I will go to
pros.
Homies.
Pros.
If you follow my other photography stuff, my other stuff, I do like concerts, I'll do anything but weddings. I did divorce parties. That was fun.
Divorce parties are fun.
These guys photographing a divorce party is fun. But these guys have always been supportive of my photography stuff, and I would go to the ends of the earth for them. They're a 5-piece metalcore band from North Central Texas, DFW. This single and the video for it were produced by a man named Clay Schroeder, and he's great at what he does. He's a great dude too. So I support all of them. I support what they do. I have a soft spot in my heart for them. I'm not even gonna lie. This is you guys. So this band is called Since Masada, and their song is called White Walls. Let's get it.
like that a lot, too.
Got some
I like that a
over
lot,
here
a
on
lot.
my end.
I like that a lot,
A lot?
a lot, a
A
lot,
lot, a lot.
a lot, a lot. That's again my sweet spot in metal. Like that's like, you know, the metal core like that is like my sweet spot in metal right now. I love it. It's my genre of choice right now.
I love it. I love them. At the time of this recording, one of their recent concert shots is my cover photo.
So far, everything that I've heard, I'd like to have on the station at this point.
Woo! Look at us go!
You know what I mean?
I love those guys.
There's not
I don't even know what else to
anything
say.
I've heard that I wouldn't.
Look at us, DFW represent. I don't know what this was. Is a W?
You're a bird.
Napoleon Dynamite.
You're a bird. I'm like a bird. I'm like a bird. I'm sorry.
Lord. So yeah, that was Since Masada with White Walls. And let me tell you, anytime they do that song live, everyone goes nuts. Everybody.
It's a good one. It's a jam.
Yeah.
I sees why. Tis a jam.
We only have 2 more.
Deuce.
Only 2 more.
Only 2 more.
Oh no.
Oh no.
What are we to do?
I'm going to do more of this. After this, I'm going to turn around and do more of this. And then, only I'll flip roles. I'll be in your seat.
Well, this is my seat, so me.
Like, yeah, but not in your seat. But I'll be in your seat in my location doing the same thing you're doing with me, but in your position with somebody else.
Ooh, so we're like playing leapfrog.
All the things are happening, and the stuff and the things. Leapfrog. The stuff and the things are going down. Okay?
Everything. I
love
it.
But yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do more of this after that. Or more of that after this. One of the two. It's whole order operations things. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, parentheses, exponents. You know, you guys get it.
PEMDAS.
You get it.
PEMDAS.
You remember, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally? Did they ever teach you guys that one in Texas?
Of course they did. Yes, they did. They also taught us abstinence, but that's not working.
Keep yawning. Don't be offended by that, guys. It's just, I've been up since 3:30.
We're just old and tired.
I've been up since 3:30.
Why?
And I can't control my sleep schedule. My body just gets tired when it wants to now. One thing about working for yourself is you're always working. Okay? Yep. One thing that people don't ever tell you is when you go into business for yourself, you're going to work long, hard hours and nobody's going to pay you for it.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
So this is fun. This is great. And it's cool, like what you guys see on the front end of things, right?
But we're tired.
But what you don't see on the back end of things is the 80 hours of work that's already happened this week, and the 20 hours plus that went into planning this on her part, not to mention her trying to schedule me to do this, and I'm sorry, I'm a nightmare. I apologize.
You're really not, I swear.
But yeah, so like, you know, I apologize for the yawns. I just want to say that now.
All good. We've only
it's not intentional.
2 more, then a special announcement. You think?
Is it 2 more?
2 more.
I just started talking. I started talking again, didn't I? I started blabbing my mouth again.
It happens.
You let JC talk. There he goes.
Okay, so this next one is another one I had not heard up until the submission. The song we're playing today is their newest single. They're a metalcore band from Dallas. And they tend to lean towards more like ambient guitar with some crazy breakdowns, and everybody's on here so far has been pretty unique, and I think this one's also its own little thing.
I like them all so far.
Right? So this is Third and Delaware with their song Schemas.
watch it slip away. Can't help but think, if you stayed, would it even matter? Here I remain, just stay for something, to wait for nothing. I swear I'm trying to discover someone. I swear to my eyes, to take away from what makes you live. Shut me out. I'll never find her. Shiver this past. Shadow the glass forever.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That was another one.
Yeah.
That was another one where I want to comment on the engineering of. That was really, really well recorded and mixed and mastered, and really, really well done. Like I, as a producer myself, I have to comment on those things. Like it was really well done. Kudos. That
course.
band was fire. What was her name again?
Third and Delaware.
Third in Delaware. Fire.
Yep.
Loved it.
They are good. That was, the submission was my first time hearing of them, and they actually gave me quite a few songs to pick from, but I went with their newest single, so I'm not upset about it.
No, not a bad choice.
That was also, I feel like, I love ambient, anything with an ambient sound. I like, just kind of chilling out every now and then, and that one, within the first 3 seconds, I was like, this is the one. This is the one.
Good stuff. I
So-
liked it a lot. And I like the ambient. It was ambient. Good choice of word.
It
Good
was
word
very-
selection.
Word selection. Words are important. Words are very important.
The word impotent. What?
I said words are important.
The word impotent. You keep saying it. I get it.
Oh my god.
I'm old, but not that old.
So our last but not least, I'm almost sad that it's almost over, but I also am excited for announcement time. So,
Announcement
Last but-
time.
announcement time, closing time.
Now that you done called me old.
I did not call you old. I said your age was showing.
I'm just making fun of my impotency jokes.
You said it.
I'm a terrible
So
human.
last, aren't we all?
A little
last but not
bit.
least, we have a 4-piece metal band from Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. That's
This
kind
is
of by
another
Texas.
one I hadn't heard of.
That's kind of by
We're
Texas,
pretty-
right?
Hour drive north, and you're in Oklahoma, so
You got like the whole panhandle.
yeah. Well, if you go through like the up in the part up there with like Amarillo, it's a little more than an hour. But from where we are, an hour north, and you're at the casino. So
Oh, okay. You got one last track,
I have one
don't
more.
you?
I have one more.
And then I got a question. And then I got a question for you. I know you want to make an announcement, but I'm going to ask you a question. And
okay.
it'll lead into the announcement.
Okay, bet. So, where was I? This is a 4-piece metal band from Purcell, Oklahoma. They are actually playing a show in DFW on February 25th. Mona Borland, Fall Europa, Head Over Heels, Toxic Madness, go to Big Rob's.
All the things, Big Rob's. Go to Big
Big
Rob's.
This is Within the Walls, finally, with their song Severed.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah. I like that a lot
Hell
too.
yeah, brother.
I like that a lot too. You pick some badass music.
I know. Look at
I had
this.
fun doing
I
this.
didn't.
I
Those were good ones.
I have fun doing this. So I got a question for you.
Oh no.
Being that you like being on video like this, hanging out together, it was fun.
I like. Yeah.
You want to come
that's
hang
fine.
out with me regularly on Don Infinite TV as like a person on Don Infinite TV?
Is this a proposal?
It is.
Where's
It
my
is.
ring? Where's my ring? I want my ring.
I'm using it for light right now.
I'm just kidding. I'll take a strawberry ring pop if we're good.
I'm
and
with
then we're
that.
golden.
I'm with that. I'll send you.
Okay,
But
I'm down.
but
Yes,
with
I'm down.
But with that being said, I'll let you go ahead and say what the SpitJam Collective will be doing. So
you guys want an announcement? Wee! Announcement time!
The SpitJam Collective itself is going to be doing something, you know.
I've been sitting on this announcement for like, what, 2 weeks now? Minimum?
It's been a minute. It's been a minute. Enough to where like Evan yelled at me. Enough to where Evan yelled at me to get my ass in gear. Let's just say it like that, guys. He didn't yell.
Fair.
I'm just
Okay.
saying.
So, the announcement is, drum roll please. The SpitJam Collective is now getting their own radio show on the Badass Radio Network in Chicago. And we will be showcasing our favorites, our locals, our what's new, and really whatever the hell we want.
So what was awesome about that? Real quick, let me say that you get to bring all these fucking DFW bands that you played today.
I do.
All these great bands. So I was being kind of a smartass the whole time because I've known this, right? I've known that this was
right.
So like I'm being a smartass the whole time. Like this will sound great on the station, knowing that she's gonna have.
Y'all are coming with me.
You guys got
this.
You guys
are coming.
You guys got this.
So we're so excited.
I'm glad TikTok introduced us.
I know, me too. We will be cranking out details as we're getting them. Once this video is up and y'all are seeing
released,
this,
once you guys know,
share more details. Once
you guys know, because we know, but
we know.
You get it. You know the fun part is I gotta wait for her to release this before I can do my stuff, and I do everything live. So,
well, this is going live February 25th around noon Central Time. So
noon Central. You'll be able to catch this interview.
Central.
Time hangout thing.
We are excited. I'm excited.
Hopefully she edits out at least 3/4 of what the fuck came out of my mouth.
Oh yeah. I'm just kidding. There's some stuff I don't know, but anywho, I've been sitting on this long enough. Look, there I go again.
Look at this. She's excited. I love the excitement. I'm glad to have. I'm going to say this, though, real quick before we do end this thing. I'm super excited to have you on board. We've had a lot of people that have come through and that have been, a part of things, but I'm honestly looking forward to having you on board. You're the first time that I've gone out and been like, I want you to be a part of this. So I'm glad that you're bringing the SpitJam Collective and what they have over to the station. I know Evan, I'm speaking for Evan as well when I say this. We're truly honored to have you on board. It's going to be fun.
We are super excited, and we can't wait to showcase what we have down here.
Let's get nuts.
And Texas, because there's a lot down here. There's a lot. Like I showed you like barely a skim.
That's the tip of the iceberg. Let's go. Let's go. You've got your own show. You've got your own show every week.
Show now, and we will be cranking out details ASAP once y'all know. Because
every week you'll be able to catch her on the Badass Radio Network for sure. So I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, I really loved. We stumbled into each other on TikTok. I stopped over and seen what you're doing with SpitJam Collective, and then immediately I knew I wanted you guys to be a part of what we've got going on. So keep doing what you're doing. It's amazing. I love it.
You heard it from the man himself first. And from the bottom of my heart, and I speak for the guys as well, Brantley, Jared, and of course Michael, we're super excited to be here. Of course, they're going to be coming in with me and doing this. You know, this thing was just
I look forward to meeting them as well.
They're great. I love them. They all are just like my little babies. I call them my babies because they're my babies. But, you know, we're one big family. And
any of you guys that are already Badass Radio Network followers, make sure you follow her. Pay attention to what she's doing. Make sure you add and subscribe to the SpitJam Collective and what they're doing so you can stay up to date on everything, you guys. This is how... We're a word of mouth kind of atmosphere. We're like old school. Like, remember when some of you might remember, some of you may not. But like Metallica got big with word of mouth, guys. It was cassette tapes being handed to each other. The way this works is the way we can support each other is with our mouths and with our keyboards. It doesn't take anything to hit like, subscribe, follow, or leave a comment. You guys don't realize how much that does. So when you're on, make sure you do that for the SpitJam Collective. Go like, subscribe, leave comments, leave a review. Let them know you like what they're doing.
Submit your music to us, please.
Submit your music.
We'll jump on it.
Submit your, like, she's asking you to be submissive. Do it.
I'm sorry. That was for another day. But
that was a whole different video.
From the bottom of my heart, come on, focus. From the bottom of my heart and all of the guys at TSJC, thank you for submitting your music. We had a blast picking certain ones. We couldn't get everybody in today, mostly because of time, but y'all overwhelmed us in a good way. Like, we had a lot. We felt the love. We felt loved, and we hope to give that back. That's what we want, is to be able to give that same love that we just got times 10.
You've got plenty of time to get them all in. You know what I'm saying? And bands,
I just want to give them all a big hug.
Bands, make sure you're taking your good quality recordings and submitting them to her. She's got multiple platforms to support you on. Let her support you.
Please. We love doing it. We want to do more of it. We would hug and kiss every single one of y'all if we could, but only consensually. So.
Absolutely.
Consent is key. So, again, thank you guys. Thank you, JC, for coming on.
Absolutely.
Even with our weird scheduling stuff.
Hey,
mwah.
Love you. Look forward to working together in the future.
I am so excited. It's stupid.
Same.
It's stupid. But
Same.
We'll be in touch. And as soon as you guys know, we'll let you know more.
I'll call you as soon as I hang this thing up. What are you talking about?
Oh, of course you will. But with that being said, we are out of here. Thank you. Bye.